Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be wrapping railings. We're going to be ripping down some wood, and then we're going to be sturdying up the railings, sanding them down, putting some stain on them and some polyurethane, and these railings are going to look beautiful when we're done. I can't wait for you to join me on this project. Come on, we'll have some fun. Today we have a busy project. We are going to be refurbishing old railings. And by doing that, we're going to be using 1x8s and 1x4s, cutting them in half, routering one side or both sides when you're working with the top of a railing. And by refurbishing it, the railing's going to look beautiful. We're going to end up sanding them down after that, putting some stain on it, some polyurethane, and what a beautiful looking railing that we created on our own. Stay tuned, we have a long day ahead of us. Okay, now that we lightly sanded the railings, after polyurethaning it like 3 years ago, it was time for another coat. So I scuffed all the railings with 220 sandpaper, or you could use some steel wool, and it chalks up, and you have to get the excess residue and dust off before you put another coat of that polyurethane on there. So I've been sanding all day yesterday, and today I'm lightly wiping all the excess dust and debris off of it. Also, I had just fixed a lot of scratches from squirrels that I would feed on the railings and my raccoons that I would feed on the railings. I got little claw marks everywhere, so I puttied them up. And what I'm going to do after I wipe down the railing is put some color back onto it, and it's just a stain, a min-wax stain. Well, good morning. Now yesterday I put one coat of that polyurethane on the railings, and I'll pan the railings so you can see how nice and shiny they look. But you know what? We've got to scuff them down another time and put another coat on these railings, and then do the same process, adding some outdoor polyurethane and then scuffing it down a day or two later, adding another coat. You can add as many coats as you'd like of polyurethane and get a real thick coat. It'll almost look like glass. But you know, you have to keep up with working on wood that's outside when you're using polyurethane. You know, it doesn't last forever. So you know, you really can't tell what kind of scratches were in this wood. But this is old used wood that I had ripped with my skill saw, and I had got this router online for under $10. And I routered a lot of molding pieces to go on the sides of the railings. And it's very smooth, feels wonderful. But when we get a couple of coats on top of this, it's going to be like water dripping off a duck's back. I have a pan of warm water, and I'm wringing out these little washcloths, and I'm really just taking off all of the dust that I sanded with that 220 sandpaper. And what this does, it kind of gives it a little bit of a rough surface for another coat of polyurethane to stick to. So tomorrow when we get up, it'll be a long day because we have to put another coat of polyurethane on these railings. And it's going to take most of the day. So we want to get all of the debris and dust so we have a nice clean surface. Make sure there's no little dog hairs stuck anywhere on here. Just keep it nice and clean, and it'll look prettier and prettier every time we put a coat of polyurethane on this. It'll start to look like it has a glass coating. But you know, it won't last forever. I would say every two to 4 years you do have to scuff it like this again. Put 2 more coats on it. It's very worth it because you have a beautiful, warm looking, rustic, old railing. And you know, I couldn't have afforded to have somebody come in and put up brand new railings for me. My gosh. Each one of these sections, this one's 12 foot long. Each other one is 8 foot long. And each section cost me $12 to wrap it myself. I'm not including the stain and the polyurethane, but it's all kind of a bonus when you're doing it all yourself. If somebody would have charged thousands of dollars to come in to strip all these railings and stain them and put about 3 or 4 coats of polyurethane on them, especially with the old-fashioned way, you know, with a paintbrush. We're not spraying this on because I couldn't afford to waste any polyurethane because it's quite expensive. Okay, I think we're finished out here today. Let's let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll put another coat of polyurethane on it. Then it'll start to look like glass, and that's when it looks beautiful. What do you think of our beautiful looking railings now? It looks like a sheet of glass on the top. Look what you can create with just a little bit of effort. And you put your mind to something, keep focused on it, and you'll create something beautiful that you never thought you could create. Good luck.